You can have your lap bap.
Wesley in Honolulu, Hawaii writes, "Hi, Eric and Mark and Pod/J. I enjoy the Mark Simon ridiculous question of the day when he's on, but there's no theme song, like for Simon Says. Or that's not really a song, it's more like a drop. So I whipped up a little remix from last Friday's podcast as a possible theme song. Obviously, since it's material from your podcast, I don't own the copyright, so you should probably ask yourself for permission. P.S. The That's Awesome was not intended as a critique of my artistic abilities, simply the fact that Eric enjoys these little effects. Pod, do you have this sound?
I, in fact, do. Are you ready to hear this?
Sure.
It's awesome.
Okay.
Ridiculous question of the day. How ridiculous question of the day. How ridiculous question of the day.
That's awesome. You got to use that. It didn't sound like the best quality, but that's terrific.
That's pretty amazing. I'm not exactly sure how he managed to do that, but I'm jealous because I don't think I could have done it better.
Ridiculous question of the day. Ridiculous question of the day. How ridiculous is this? Ridiculous question of the day. 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 Ridiculous question of the day.
That's awesome.
Ridiculous question of the day. How ridiculous question of the day. How ridiculous question of the day.
That's awesome. Is it usable?
Yeah, of course it's usable.
So if we wanted to use that for this last email question,
yes,
can we?
Yes, we can.
Let's do it.
Bring it on. How ridiculous question of the day. How ridiculous question of the day.
That's awesome. I am truly humbled and amazed by the people who listen to this show. And there's a lot of them. And thank you all for making this show do so well. But the work you put in, and it's not just Jay's work, the work that other people put in is terrific. And I can't get that music out of my head. So I'm happy yet sad. I didn't think we'd hear that more than the cat sounds. We got to hear the cat sounds on every show now.
Well, no. There were no cats harmed in the making of today's podcast.
But there never is. Can we make that clear?
When we do the ridiculous question of the day, shouldn't that song precede and postcede the question?
No.
That's a good point out of you. I do believe we need to hear it one more time.
Ridiculous question of the day. How ridiculous question of the day. How ridiculous question of the day.
That's awesome. Okay. All right, that is all for today. So we want to thank Mark Simon. Great job by him. He and I will be back on Monday's Baseball Today. Great job by Joe Soderberg behind the glass. No cats were harmed today. Thank you to Wesley in Hawaii for a sound in my head that I just can't get out of my head anymore. That is all for the week. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great, healthy, happy weekend. We'll be back on Monday.
How ridiculous! How ridiculous!
That's awesome!
How ridiculous! How ridiculous!
That's awesome!
How ridiculous! How ridiculous!
That's awesome!
How ridiculous! How ridiculous! That's awesome! How ridiculous! How ridiculous!
That's awesome!
Ridiculous question of the day. Ridiculous question of the day. Ridiculous question of the day.
That's awesome!
You can have Jim Lap Bap.